So, big news that I don't really know if it's big news or not, because I think we all kind of knew what was going on, but big news nonetheless, I guess. We have got this right here from Annie, and Alexa tweeted out as well, that the WNBA and WNBPA have ratified the terms of the CBA with 90% participation and a unanimous vote. Yes, a unanimous vote for the CBA to be approved. And if you guys agree this is good news, subscribe. We are trying to hit 57,750 subscribers by the end of the day, 21 to go. And also, lads, I just want to say this, not to try get any sympathy or anything, but I don't have heating in my house, hence why the hood is up. I don't have heating in my house till at least Saturday, because wires have to be plugged out, and, you know, I need to get my my kitchen put in. I don't have heating till at least Saturday, and the only thing I want more than warmth is to hit 57,750 subscribers. But anyway, now let's get on to it. So, this is a statement from the PA. WNBPA has announced that over 90% participation and a unanimous vote. The players have ratified the terms of the CBA. The most results in years of work and shared belief the league rises, so must the players. Too often women have been told, yada yada. It's bigger than basketball. Like what are we doing? Like, look, you know what? You got it done. You're playing. Like, I mean this when I say this. It's not bigger than basketball. Like, there are things in the league that are bigger than basketball. Absolutely, there are things that are bigger than basketball. But for these players, the only thing that you could argue is bigger than basketball that they've like realistically fought for is the traded players for pregnancies. But this is not, like, I know they want to make this transformational and they're saying like, oh, this is, you know, more than that. Not really. This is just a normal sports CBA, and if we're being real here, like, the players didn't lose, the owners didn't lose, nobody lost. Nobody lost. Could the players have gotten a better deal had they struck? Yeah, but the players also could have ended the league. I think the players got the best deal that they could bargain for. That they could bargain for without taking on the risk of striking. Striking was too great a risk to really do anything. So, look, I think the players got a good deal, and imagine if being the player that said, nah, I don't want to accept this. Am I the only one who finds it crazy the league so small is never 100% participation? Because some players just don't care. Like, some players are just not bothered. And some players might not have. I wouldn't be surprised if there are players representing themselves, like, and are just like, you know what, I just don't want to respond to this. I don't want to respond. But what does that mean? It means there's a guarantee that the season's happening. Yes, we know the WNBA season's going to be happening. We've spoken about it, and it was unanimous. Thank God. Could you imagine if there was like a rebel player base being like, burn it down. We're either getting 30, we're not accepting this. We're either getting 30%. I'm striking until we get 30% gross rev. I'm actually shocked that there's not one player with that attitude. There's not one player, but it is hilarious where it's like the players, like, in terms of the net rev and gross rev stuff, like, that's only part of their salary. But the players were like so adamant that it was a slap in the face at 15%, and then it's historic at 18%. I'm like, I get it. 3% is big. If it's historic at 15, it's historic at 18. I think it's historic anyway, which is what Stewie and Kelsey Plum were saying. And I do think for the players, ironically, the gross rev versus net rev stuff is rough for the players, because at the same time we're talking about this in terms of gross rev v net rev, the players have, like, if it was net rev, the players have scope to make more money than gross rev. But gross rev guarantees them the money. That being said, look, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Any word on when the league votes? And thanks always for excellent reporting. Where is the Alexa tweet here? There you go. And by the way, Twitter booming. And leave in the comments, have you ever woke up to this video? Have you ever woke up to Click's video playing? And it was the first thing I said, first thing I've ever said to Click, if you have, when I met him in person. The first thing I ever said to Click was, I met him years ago in New York, and I'm like, I keep fucking waking up to your videos. It's the first thing I said to him when I met him in person. But Yeah, the WNBA ratified from Alexa. A lot more quote tweets here, obviously from ESPN. Sign, seal, delivered. Let's get free agency on the road. Big dogs, yeah. Let's get the expansion draft. Apparently, they got no idea. They got no idea. A new season is upon us. One band, one sound. One band, one sound. Yeah, it is. It's important that it's unanimous. It is. It's important that it's there. It's important that it's unanimous. And you want to know what the most important thing is? That there is a season. Like, ironically, long term, they would never do it. But the players in a vacuum, if the only option was to get the current deal they're getting, and they had to play a year for free, it would be a better option to play a year for free. Like, that's how crazy this whole thing is. That being said, for the players, they were smart about it. They got the best deal that they were realistically able to bargain for. And the bigger the WNBA gets, the bigger the Unrivaled paycheck gets. The bigger the WNBA is, the more likely the Project B goes and pays some more players. The bigger the W gets, the more money AU has. I think AU is going to be if you have WNBA League Pass, you can get AU for free. So my expectation is that AU is going to be some sort of developmental league with WNBA quite soon, which is what it realistically should be, because AU can't really afford to pay the players what Unrivaled are paying, and Unrivaled not expanding is a good thing. If I'm Unrivaled, because they're not making extra teams, I'm building rosters out to 8. I'm building rosters out to 8 and making a 4v4. Keep your 8 teams, build rosters to 8, make it 4v4, and for the development, keep the developmental pool of players that they can start coming in if your team has less than 6. If your team has less than 6 players, you get a developmental pool player in. 4v4 is almost real basketball, and then by 2028, get it up to 5v5. And then that would be my goal for Unrivaled. And then you're kind of cooking. You're kind of cooking, because the whole ecosystem around it is like, the entire ecosystem around women's basketball is always going to be, the WNBA is the sun, and everything orbits around that. If the sun goes, you're all fucked. Like, it's only a matter of time till everything's fucked. But the players rightfully voting unanimously. I am actually surprised, because you would think that there is the one player, maybe at least one player, because the amount of them didn't shut up about we're getting exactly what we want or we're not playing. And they got a lot closer to what, they still got really good deal, but they got a lot closer what the league wanted than what they wanted. That being said, the league still gave up a lot of concessions, and the players are in good shape. And even for the retired players, I'd say there's the guts of 10 million one-off payment going to all the retired players, which is something that obviously the players did fight for and they got. So yeah, that is pretty much it, lads. That's the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.